This presentation is called Work of Air, Rains. In the last few presentations, we were talking about the rains that were caused by the steady winds. There are other causes, such as local conditions, that cause rain. In some places, the winds are blowing over the surface of the water, and they get to something like this cliff or some sort of raised land. And so these hot winds get pushed up. And what else could happen if the cliff is here? Well, when air gets pushed up, it cools off. And when it cools off, it will drop the moisture that it collected over the water. When it gets pushed up, it cools off. Then that moisture is dropped in the form of rainfall. Raised land that causes moist air to go up and cool off, then drop, is one local condition that can cause rainfall. But rains can also be caused by something else. In some places on Earth, especially in those regions around the equator, when those perpendicular rays of the sun are falling more or less all of the time, and there is water, the sun heats up that water all day long, and the air picks up moisture because hot air can hold a lot of moisture. And as the day goes on and it gets hotter and hotter, the air picks up more and more moisture. Then at around 3 or 4 p.m., there reaches a point when the air cannot hold any more moisture. So it drops that moisture in something called a torrential downpour. Like we see here. There we go. So during this torrential downpour, this happens every day in places where it is very hot. So these are called equatorial rains because they happen near the equator. And because they happen near the equator, we call them equatorial rains. So this is another cause of rainfall, these equatorial rains. On another day, we are going to talk some more about air.